This chapter is called Songs and Sweet Airs, a quote from Shakespeare, I think from The Tempest. The new addition to the old building at South Cache High School had just been dedicated and put to use. Classes had moved in, and assemblies were being held in the new auditorium. It was the spring of 1923, and we were preparing for graduation. I had been serving as vice president of the student body the past year, and was on an errand in the new building. I was about to pass the closed door of the new physics laboratory when it opened. N.W. Christensen walked out, holding in his hands a small gray horn, perhaps 15 inches tall. Lynn Stauffer was with him. Mr. Christensen, in addition to being music teacher and director of the school, was the physics instructor. I would find out in later years the two subjects were related, and this day they must have come together in that lab. Music was coming in from the throat of that little horn, but I could see no box with a wind-up handle. As a few other students began to gather around, Mr. Christensen said, "This is a radiophone. We have just picked up a signal." We were a bit awed when he told us that the sound was coming through the air, not on wires. I remember the tune. 'Twas the last rose of summer left blooming alone. Characteristically, Mr. Christensen wanted all of us to share this first with him and Lynn. About this same time, posters, newspapers, and Mr. Christensen were announcing a coming concert at the new Capitol Theater in Logan of the Minneapolis Symphony Orchestra. A year before, and that announcement would have meant nothing to me. Now it meant everything, and I wanted to hear that orchestra. But there was a problem. I had no money for a ticket, and I had no money for a car fare. Our funds from the district just came out about even for rent, food, and pencils and pens and paper and so on. I would need 50 cents for admittance to the balcony that Saturday for a student matinee, and 25 cents each way on the interurban cars. I just gave up even thinking about it. One Tuesday night, just before the symphony concert at MIA, the president of the MIA announced a musical activity that night. Records would be selected and played, and we would be asked to identify the selection, the composer, the performer, and so on, and a cash prize would be given. I enjoyed that activity, and when the results were in, Mr. Christensen had won the first prize, $1.50, which he returned to the organization. Winner of the second prize, my name was called. My prize, 75 cents, and I didn't give it back. I went home with my head swimming. I was within the range of possibility to hear that orchestra and go to the Capitol Theater, but 25 cents that was left was a long way off. During the week, as the concert would be on Saturday afternoon, Mr. Adams, the principal, announced senior high school day at Utah Agricultural College. That was it. The district paid our way to Logan. I would leave the campus in the afternoon and go to the concert and ride the 6 o'clock car home for free, which I did, on Saturday, May the 10th, 1923. And here is what I wrote in my journal of that experience. Words cannot express my feelings while I listened to that orchestra. When 13 violins played, it sounded like one. It was fascinating to watch the conductor and the magic that his stick worked with the orchestra. After I went to Newton with Christensen, I'd forgotten that. Anytime we were on the streets of Logan, we would meet someone from home. If we wanted to go home, we had to ride. The school was bringing their school play to Newton that evening.